Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's literally everywhere in the English language. We're going to demystify the ultimate building blocks, the be verbs. If you've ever felt like these words are a giant puzzle, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to solve that puzzle together. Seriously, have you ever stopped and wondered why on earth English uses words like am, is, are, was, were, be, being, and been? It is totally understandable if you find these shapeshifters a little frustrating. They completely transform depending on who's talking and when. But here's the secret. They aren't just random words thrown in to confuse you. They're all part of the same exact family, and they follow a really logical set of rules. We're going to make those rules crystal clear. So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll meet the be verbs, then explore the present and past tenses. After that, we'll look at their three main uses, tackle the continuous and passive voice, and finally, test your knowledge. All right, section 1, meet the be verbs, the actual building blocks of English. Okay, so here is your complete toolkit. I know it looks like a lot, but there are only 8 possible forms to learn. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, and been. That's the whole shebang. The golden rule here is that these verbs change depending on who is doing the action and when it's happening. Once you get the hang of these 8 little words, you literally unlock a massive portion of English grammar. Moving on to section 2, present and past tenses. Let's establish the rules. When we're talking about right now, the present tense, it all comes down to matching the right subject with the right verb. It's like finding the perfect pair. For I, you always use am. I am. When you're talking about he, she, or it, you use is. And for the plurals, you, we, or they, you use are. If you can just lock this grouping into your memory, you'll absolutely nail the present tense every single time. Let's see this in action. If I'm talking about myself right now, I'd say, I am happy. If I'm talking about a woman and her job, it's, she is a teacher. And for a group, they are my friends. Notice how that verb seamlessly locks in with the subject, I am, she is, they are. It just clicks. Now, here's a real game changer. The rules actually get simpler in the past tense. The subject I teams up with he, she, and it to share the exact same verb, was. And then the plural subjects, you, we, and they, group together to use were. So instead of 3 options like we had in the present, the past tense only gives you 2, just was and were. How great is that? To really cement that, let's look at stuff that's already happened. He was tired yesterday. That word yesterday is our big clue we're in the past, and since the subject is he, we use was. Next up, we were at the park. We is plural, so we use were. And finally, they were excited. Again, a plural subject, so we hit it with the plural past tense verb, were. Let's dive into section 3, the 3 main uses. Be verbs in action. Think of these verbs as the great connectors of English. They essentially perform 3 main jobs. Job number 1, describing people, places, or things. Job number 2, telling us someone's identity or profession. And job number 3, showing us exactly where someone or something is located. Let's break these down one by one. So for that first use, describing things, the be verb acts exactly like an equal sign in math. Take a look at this. The coffee is hot. The word is just connects the coffee to its description. We do this all of the time. The sky is blue. My brother is tall. Coffee equals hot. Simple, right? Now this next one brilliantly illustrates our second use, stating jobs or identities. She is a doctor. It tells us exactly who she is. You do this when you introduce yourself, like, I am a student. Or when talking about others, like they are engineers. It's your absolute go-to tool for telling the world who's who. For the third use, location, we're placing things in physical space, like the keys are on the table. You're just stating where those keys exist. If you're frantically looking for your stuff, you might say, my phone is in my bag. Or if you're texting a friend, we are at school. Moving on to section 4, continuous and passive voice. This is where we get into some advanced utility. Okay, we're leveling up a bit here. Let's compare identity with an ongoing action. We already know I am a student tells us an identity. But look at this. I am studying English. Here, the be verb am is actually jumping in to help the verb studying show an action that's happening right now. It's a helper. She is reading a book. They are playing football.
The be verb is absolutely crucial for letting us know the action is continuous.
But wait, there's more. Be verbs are also the secret ingredient for the passive voice. This is when we care more about what happened than who did it. Think about it. The cake was baked this morning. We don't really care who baked it, we're just excited about the cake. The letters were sent yesterday. The homework is checked every day. See how was, were, and is step in to help the main verbs? It's pretty brilliant.
All right, before we get to the fun part, here's a super quick review matrix for you. Present, am, is, are. Past, was, were. Base form, be. Past participle, been. And the ing form, being. Seriously, if you practice matching these with the right subjects, your English is going to sound incredibly natural. Let's wrap things up with Section 5, Test Your Knowledge. Time to put this into practice.
I want you to mentally fill in the blank before I give you the answer. Ready? The subject is I. The sentence is I blank ready. Think back to those present tense rules. Which be verb pairs perfectly and exclusively with I? If you said am, you hit the nail on the head. I am ready. Let's keep that momentum going. The subject here is they, which is plural. They blank at home. What present tense verb matches you, we, and they? Yep, for sure, it's are. They are at home. And hey, that perfectly demonstrates our rule about using be verbs to talk about location, too. I'm going to leave you with one final challenge. The subject is she. She blank my best friend. What goes in that blank? I'll let you answer that one for yourself. You know, mastering these 8 little words doesn't just fix your grammar. It completely transforms how you connect with the world and share your own story. Once you control the be verbs, what story will you choose to tell next? Keep practicing, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.